President Trump now says he will implement a 90-day pause on tariffs on imports from more than 75 countries, but notably not for China.
He's not negotiating. There's no art of the deal bullshit. And there's big implications for Australia, mate, because what's going to happen is you're going to have these huge walls erected around the US economy. And the Chinese aren't going to be able to sell jack shit into the US economy. They're going to block China from the US economy completely. Our biggest supplier of goods into Australia is China. And if China can't sell BYD cars into the US, where do you think they're going to dump their cars and all the other goods? Little old Australia and the EU and other markets. But we're going to get a ton of cheap Chinese goods dumped into Australia. Are we going to do anything about it? If they are in turn eviscerating our manufacturing, not that we produce cars anymore, but if that's impacting our ability to compete against the Chinese, is our blower done going to do anything about it? No chance. We've got no spine on this stuff, right? So we're going to have actually a lot of, I think, deflationary forces.
Cheap goods.
So what does that mean for the RBA? Well, you got two things. Can you say fucked?
Yeah, so really like.
Yeah, cool.
It's my podcast.
Okay, cool. China's fucked, right? They're going to get so screwed by this, right? They're going to be blocked from the entire, from most Western liberal democratic markets, they're going to be blocked from, and but particularly from the biggest market, which is the US. And that's bad news for Australia.
Now, why is it bad news if everything arrives here cheaper?
Well, that's positive, but she's our number one trade partner.
Isn't that interesting, right? Isn't that interesting? It's important we all understand, what are the impacts for these tariffs? What are the impacts for everything that's happening? And I think this is a really, really interesting take on it, because everyone's looking at him, Trump's a bad guy, he's an idiot, this, whatever. But the real thing is what's actually happening. There's a reset that's happening, and he's right? The US is going to erect walls around the US economy, and they are going to make it extremely difficult for the Chinese to do business in the States. They're not going to be importing from there. They're going to bring jobs into the US market. And what does all of this mean? Like I said, deflationary pressures are going to come into the Australian economy. Why? Cheap goods. The Chinese will keep producing and they will dump their products somewhere. One of those somewheres is Australia. They're going to dump their products in the Australian market. That's not great news. There's going to be huge deflationary pressures, which is good news for property investors because interest rates are about to go down, 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 down.